We're rolling.
Okay, you're good.
We're ready to go?
We're
All
ready
right.
to go.
So welcome to the Shine.
What's up?
Every weekish we get together, we talk about light, we talk about shine, we talk about greatness, how it's in all of us, not just some of us. It's even in
good.
you.
Even in me.
Today, there's a divide maybe.
Today we have,
It's in Devon too.
Yes. That's good to hear from you today, because that's been we just had a lot of debating going on, I would say.
I would say so. Yeah. So
A lot of debating.
What's been going on? We weren't here last week. We were here last. No, I had to.
No, you worked last week.
I did work last week.
Yeah.
So what we got going on? What's your couple weeks been up to? Devin, what have you been up to? The
Not
girlfriend.
much.
We were supposed to meet the girlfriend. We did not get to meet the
I
girlfriend.
can't
What's her
wait
name?
to meet her.
Olivia.
Olivia.
I can't wait to meet Olivia.
She also was terrified for the idea that you guys would talk to her.
Aw.
Like on the podcast, because she's like very
To
nervous about
pull her
that.
on the podcast? Well,
I was like, no, this
that's
is how
good
you
for
build
me to
toughness.
know.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
right.
I can
We're talking
protect
about
her.
that. So you already know what we're talking about.
I can
That's good.
protect her from him. Because he'd be the one to do that. Oh.
So what have you been up to? What up, Devin? What have you been doing a couple weeks? Good.
Yeah, I went to my first therapy appointment.
Oh, that's
I tried
good.
that out while I have health insurance.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
that was pretty cool. It was just like they asked me a bunch of questions.
Were you on a
Yeah.
couch?
Yeah, it was like a little chair, and
Did
you
you
always sit super low. They're like it's like a fancy chair.
Yeah.
So you didn't get to lay down?
No,
No, that's a
I'm gonna
nice
try
little
that
thing.
though. I want to ask, but can I
Yeah,
lay down?
Can I lay down?
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
movies.
Why would you not lay down? I mean,
Well, because you're
That's so
having a
important.
conversation with people.
They're getting the big
with
bucks.
somebody. Yeah, you're
Should
having
be able to lay
a
down.
I think you
conversation.
should lay down and they should be behind you.
No,
'cause-
that's weird.
Is it?
It's a conversation. Yeah. It's a conversation.
Yeah, but you're paying $120 for this conversation.
Yeah, I know.
Probably more, it's fine.
It's a skilled conversation. It's a very skilled conversation.
I want to be comfortable. I want to have a latte.
Oh, you can
Okay,
have a
so that's
latte.
good. So it was good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I did a couple of times in high school.
Okay.
Just for no particular reason, I just
Yeah.
have someone to talk to.
Right. It's
you have
great.
You have us.
I think
We could have a
therapy once a week.
yeah, right? I do think that thank goodness there's like the stigma of like going to therapy to solve problems, or like you can just go and like have somebody to talk to, have somebody to process things with.
Right.
It's great. It's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Good.
Nope,
Good.
that's really it.
Did you start your Christmas shopping yet?
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
No. Did you? Actually, yes, you did, because I.
I'm asking you. Did I? I don't
Yes,
know.
you did,
we?
because I was.
It's a we.
Well,
This is a we thing.
I started our Christmas shopping, but I also started my Christmas shopping from you, because I was at Soul Boutique last week, and they have some cool stuff that is waiting behind the counter
Oh, so that's where
for
I need
you.
to go.
You could
Okay.
just go in there and
Okay.
say,
I
"Hey,
gotta go there. I gotta go
think
see
I
Kelly.
have some things
Okay.
to
Good.
pick up." Yeah,
Go to Threads. See
Yeah.
Kelly too. That's,
right.
That's our.
We love shopping local. We buy almost all of our stuff local.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is good.
What
Yeah,
have you been
and-
up to?
What have I been up to? I don't know.
Have you been running?
Yes.
Good.
A little bit. Got back. Feel good. It's funny because I was a little sore 2 days in a row here, and I feel good. I miss it. I like it.
Good.
I gotta just run more. I don't know why I quit. All or nothing.
All or nothing. That's why you're always all or nothing.
I know. No, I was gonna think about it today because I saw it yesterday or this morning, and then we ran this morning. And I was like, the body can adapt.
Mm-hmm.
The body's tough. Like I honestly think there's a Frank's doing a thing. I mean, I'm not ready to do it yet, but 5 marathons, 5 days, and 5 continents.
That's possible travel time wise?
Apparent? I don't know. Why couldn't it be? You got to fly. Just fly and boom, you run your marathon, bust in a plane and go.
Yeah, I guess.
It's all
You
organized.
got to
so-
organize it, right?
No, it's like a
Oh,
organized.
it's an organized thing.
thing,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that.
Yeah.
Are you doing a marathon in the spring?
No, I mean like a organized one.
Well, you have some guys that want to do their first.
Yeah,
Are
we're
you
gonna do that. Yeah. I gotta look at. I don't know what day yet. I gotta get that organized.
Okay. You gonna do an actual race, or you're just gonna map out a marathon and run?
I think we should do a race
I think you
because
should do a race for first timers.
yeah, they don't. I mean, my thing is not very much. They don't get any medals or no. You're gonna be done. You're gonna get in your car and go home. It's gonna be. No one's gonna say good job or anything.
They're not gonna
High five.
clap you through the finish line and celebrate, and yeah.
No,
I think
not
you
at
should
all.
the first timers should do an actual marathon, like
Yeah.
an organized marathon, not just go out and run 26 miles.
I agree. So I could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, spring's coming. Spring's getting busy. You got the thing coming here. The what? What's coming?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The moon changing colors or what's it
the
doing?
eclipse.
The eclipse coming.
That's
It's where all
in
the energy,
April.
like you can get healing and right.
Yeah, of course.
Is there stuff that she does the voodoo stuff?
I like it.
Yeah, so that's coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
they like. Oh, well, Callie said that. Yeah, our friend Callie was looking at coming, but the
Flights are
Flights are
crazy.
crazy.
I'm telling you, it's a big deal. You make fun of me. It's actually a big deal.
But it's not. I mean, but it happens every 6 years.
No, it doesn't. Not in the same place.
Well, I understand, but it happens somewhere every 6 years. Not
Somewhere
like
around the globe. So to
Not in
actually
America?
No.
when's the last time it happened in America? So I remember it
don't
allegedly
know.
happened when I was a kid. I don't remember because it was supposed to be like this dark. Like I don't think it ever got that dark. Maybe we weren't into totality
Maybe
So-
we weren't totality. Yeah, I don't remember.
because totality is the
the
darkness
path of
zone.
totality.
So anybody know if anybody knows that, like, is there like a seance or like do you say some words and stuff?
Seance. Oh my god.
I
I
get
will
it.
prepare you.
I
or
gotta
maybe
get
I'll
her
just
fired
ship
up.
you away. You're not even going to
I
be
am.
here.
I'm not gonna be here.
Oh, good.
I'm
That's
gone.
great.
I'm
I
going.
think that's great. I'm glad you're not going to be here.
I'm gonna. I know I couldn't deal with the crazies.
I'm glad you're.
I'm
not
gonna be
here.
in. I'm gonna be in Nepal. I'm gonna be in probably in some hike and some
Great,
no shower, cold.
great. Better
I was
you
thinking
than
about
me.
that. I can't wait. It's gonna be like how many days I don't have to shower.
Better you than me. I'm not interested.
What do you think about that, Devin? No showering for a few days.
You don't do that already?
I do that
That was
actually.
a great answer.
I do that all the time.
I like it.
Just skip your showers.
I like it. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Well, this was your topic because this is kind of your little, I don't know, rant lately, or your little, whatever. What did we just do? Your love and loathe. This is
Love
your
and-
loathing.
yeah, it is a
thing
loathe, yeah.
lately. Something that's been really bugging you lately.
Yeah. It's it's like, and it's not so much bugging. So the topic today
Let's tell them what the topic is.
is I think being soft of what I think soft is and where the generation I don't want to say like it's not being vulnerable because I think that's okay, but being soft is different to my opinion.
So you don't like people who are soft. That's your thing. Or you don't like the behavior of soft.
Yeah, I don't say I don't like people.
Explain it.
Yeah, I don't.
What drives you nuts about it? I want to hear.
So okay, yeah. So
Here we go.
here we go.
Nick's rant. We facing off
Yeah,
here?
we're facing off.
All right, good.
Because we're totally different on this.
1,000%
And
different.
I think sometimes
I guarantee it.
I've changed, but I think so I look at this. I look at the generation. I look at Devin's generation. This is you. So we're talking at you.
Oh
me.
goodness.
Maybe not you in general,
don't
but
think-
and it's not that I don't like them or I would not want to work with them or be around them a whole bunch.
Okay.
How's that? Like that's more of like,
Who is them? I don't like that.
well, them is that's well, yeah, because you got me that. So the softness of because I think right now we have a thing where if it doesn't work out, I quit.
Yeah.
If it's hard, I'm done. It's not if it's too hard, I don't want to do it. If it's and you're just not willing to take the hit. And it's not all people because they're not all generations. God, there's tough people and everything. It's not about. I don't think it's a toughness either.
I don't
It's
think it's a generational
it's a
thing.
mental aspect of like, and I'm not judging this kid because I don't know the situation because I would also if it's monetizing it, that is great. But Kyle McCord from Ohio State is entering the transfer portal, and some would say,
I think
like
that's how this whole conversation
it did kind of start,
started.
and it wasn't. But like I said, I don't want to not judging the kid because I don't know the kid, I don't know the situation, I don't know any of it, but what you see, but kind of the same. You're seeing it in a transfer portal, like, hey, if I don't get guaranteed to start, I'm going in the portal.
Yeah.
Now, and what that means, if you don't know, is they go in the portal and they transfer schools. Just back in the day was like, and don't get me wrong, I think there's a lot wrong with college football. There's a lot wrong with that. So that's a whole nother debate of like.
That's not for me to debate.
No,
So
of
we're
like,
not having
I'm
that
saying what I
don't
think
put
is
me in that
wrong where I don't
conversation.
think a kid taking care of himself, I don't think is wrong.
Right.
Because the college football ain't taking care of these kids. So they can monetize and make money. I say freaking go do it. But when it's like more of I'm not being guaranteed, I don't want to compete, I want to guarantee a spot.
So
That to me bothers me. That's soft. I don't
So
like
you feel the soft is bailing and getting like an easier opportunity
Where I'm guaranteed. Yes.
guaranteed instead of fighting for your spot
Yes.
and working for it
Yes.
and pushing for
Now,
it.
if it's a monetary thing, then I get it. I mean, you got to take care of yourself, and I understand that point too.
Yeah.
And you also have to like look at the situation. But I'm just saying, I just feel like at Ohio State has produced quarterbacks
Right.
in the pros, a lot of them.
Right. The last
So it's not
two
like it's
were
not. It's
pretty
not like it's
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and without getting on the kid, because it's not
So
that.
I
but,
just read, because I don't know a whole lot about college football, but I know enough to kind of understand it. So I just looked it up because I wanted to at least have some kind of something, some kind of ammunition. And what they're saying is he wasn't guaranteed a start. Like Ryan Day said, the coach said,
I'm going.
we've
in the portal.
lost.
Yeah.
We've lost to Michigan 3 years in a row, and we're going to look at everything, and I mean everything. And that kind of was like, it means also the quarterback, and he might not start next year.
Yeah.
So that's what you don't like.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like I'm not like Day's loss. I would say Day needs to take responsibility and fed upon recorded because I think it was more Day. That's
I do
another
know
whole
that Ryan
conversation.
Day is not great at taking
That's
responsibility.
another thing. But yeah, so I think it's the same thing, and it's kind of interesting because a good friend of ours is like, they recruited somebody and the coach did the same thing to her, and they basically said, hey, we got this kid coming in who's taller than you.
Yeah.
And is probably going to start and is on the exit interview. And she's, had a great sophomore year, one of the top in the nation. And I talked to her dad yesterday and I was like, well, what does she think? She basically said, I'm going to compete.
I'm going for it.
I'm going to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
basically,
I'll just beat her
and
up.
it's, you're don't want it's a different situation. It's, because I don't know the Monterey thing.
So you're looking more at that mentality.
The
like,
yeah,
the
like
mentality
soft
of,
is-
hey, you might start, and like, oh, I might not start. I'm gonna bail and find a school that'll start me. Versus, like in my words would be like, well, watch me.
Watch
Like,
me.
I'm gonna
yeah.
step up my game. I'm gonna put in the work. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna level up, and I'm gonna force you to start me.
Yes. And then, like you said, now here's the thing. I do believe, in that situation, say the next year and say she didn't get the opportunity. Say she did everything she could and she felt like, hey, I'm getting and I need to take care of myself. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but go after it. I think our society is getting
So talk
soft.
about so this is all sports analogies. Is this like just sports in your mind? What
No,
is
I
it?
think it's everything. It's business. It's like, it's school. It's, I just look at like a lot of, and maybe it happened in my year, and I guess I wasn't. Prove yourself. That's right, Sarah. Yeah, I mean, maybe,
hey,
and
yeah.
so you got the.
I
chat
didn't
up
know
there.
we had chats up here. This is
Devin,
we have
you think this is
I'm
like a
telling you, we are
small time
leveling
operation?
up all
We
the
got.
time.
Did you
This
see our
is great.
TikToks out there and our reels
Yeah,
we got producing?
I know, this is great.
Devin got some
Prove
stuff going
yourself.
on.
That's true. Yeah, that's the level up.
But it's I mean,
do think
I think society is soft. I'm saying like I think our kids and we're bringing up a generation that we're actually soft is good. I'm so vulnerable. It's so good. But poor me. Like, and there's a lot of poor me, and I don't like the poor me.
I don't like the poor me. I don't think vulnerability and poor me go together.
Devin disagrees. Why do you disagree
I
with her?
think you always do disagree. He
Well,
always disagrees with me.
It's hard because I think it's like anything. There's an extreme on both ends. There's people that will also push themselves beyond either their capability or their ability, and then they're unsuccessful because they felt like they push themselves to like
Too hard.
then they're like sick in the hospital, and then they can't do anything. Then
Oh, God.
it really means nothing.
Why are they sick in the hospital? They're sick in the hospital because they're weak mentally.
Oh my gosh, this is what I live with.
Like, no, I disagree with that because I think they, no, I don't, the vulnerability, I'll get with you. Okay. So I might agree at that maybe vulnerability is a wrong word I'm using.
I think it's
because you could be vulnerable. Yes,
You
you
could
could be
be
vulnerable.
vulnerable,
Like and you
and-
could be sad. I'm not saying like there's not doubt. You can have doubt. You can have all that.
vulnerability
Yeah,
is
you're right. yeah.
sharing your emotions, which is not weak.
I think soft is
and
being the
asking for
quitting.
help,
Yes.
which is not weak.
No, you're right.
And saying and receiving help.
Okay,
and that's
you're
not
right.
weak.
You're right.
So vulnerability.
Okay, I'm wrong with the
is
vulnerability.
strength.
That's right. I'm saying the people that quit.
Like, woe is me.
Yeah,
Like
the woe is
everything.
me. Yeah.
Like I'm the victim in every
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Which I
Like,
think that's a breed
That's
of
a-
people that's different than like realizing your worth
Yeah.
and that.
Right.
I love this quote. It's so awesome, Derek. This was running through my mind at the same time that you wrote it. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. It is so true. And I think that's where we're at.
Yeah.
We were in a generation, and even the generation before us, like our parents' generation, were hard times. And it was the grit of those of that generation, you know, the greatest generation, the grit of those men and the strength of those
and women.
And women
Yeah.
for sure. Thank you for saying that. I'm surprised
Well,
I didn't say that. It's true.
well,
but the
the
strength
women
of the
are
men
strong,
and women created good times. And it, you know, it's the interesting thing as parents for sure. We're like, we want our kids to have it better than we had it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that leads to soft, right? It leads to they don't necessarily work as hard as their previous generations
like I said,
they didn't earn it as much.
And the working
And that's
is,
true.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I do think we're in the time of, you know, good times created weak men in that overall framework of things. I do think we're in that phase, and that's
It's so easy to quit now. It's so easy, like people just say, I can quit, and I think it's the schools are afraid. I think there's a lot in our society that we need to get back to. Like I said, I think it's the quitting when it gets hard. You know, like, oh, I feel like, I mean, and I get it. I mean, it is what it is, but it's like, I mean, when you got to put food on the table, you went into work.
right.
I mean, we were just talking about my father. My father, you know what I mean, would cross-country ski to go open a facility, you know, 10 miles to go because everybody else couldn't make it in. He made it in.
Right. It's like,
You know,
we don't
I
have to
remember,
drive to
like,
get there.
You know, I remember like I never closed our office.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like,
the other example of you specifically, which I think is really good, like admirable, and you always say that it's one of your downfalls, but I think it's something that really framed a lot of your life is your college experience, where school wasn't easy for you. Like college, yeah. Like you
took the school part out of the college?
Yeah, the college experience was fabulous for you.
I loved it.
The actual school part
It was traumatizing. School
passing
was terrible.
classes in college was a whole nother level.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't quit.
No.
You actually persevered through 10 years.
And I'm sure I
college.
had like, you know, nowadays, like we didn't have you have a learning, you had a learning disability. You wouldn't, and I think that's all. I think the way you teach kids, and I think that's okay because I think you need to teach kids differently. I'm not saying like all kids are created equal, but back then you didn't have that. You were just
You've just failed.
You just
chemistry
failed.
Until
I mean,
you
if you
figured it out.
Yeah, you figured out.
figured out how to
do
pass.
it. It's got to be. I'm good at that. But you know, but I'm saying like the softness, like the quitting, the mental, the oh I work. I mean I tell you, I hear people work. How long have you been working hard? Oh, it's been a whole week. I can't believe it. It's been, you know, boss had me work 9 hours every day for a week. Can you believe? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, it's just not fun anymore. What do you mean it ain't fun anymore? It's not about fun. Yeah. You know, I think there's fun in it, but I think it's a society, we're in trouble. If we got invaded, I think we'd be in trouble because we got some.
Well, I do think it's just a shift. I think it's just a shift. And some of it's good. I do think some of it's good.
What's good?
The good of not working so much that you get yourself sick, or not working so much that you
Well,
never
I agree
see
with
your
that.
family.
Okay, I agree
not
with that.
working to, you know, like
I agree with that.
there's a
Okay.
whole generation of that too, where it's
I agree with that.
so there is balance. It's not always about work and production, and I think this
I agree.
generation is, well, we talked about it, going to therapy at 20-something years old because you want to is.
You wouldn't have done that.
We
20
would have
years
never
ago.
done that.
I've never been to therapy. I've
We
never
would've
been. You know what
never
my
done-
therapy is? Go for an hour, 2 hours. My dad said, if you feel depressed,
Go run.
go run. If you
Right.
feel like
But
you
he was
feel
always
angry,
willing to have a conversation with you.
oh
and
no,
all
we
of
talk.
that.
Oh yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like
He didn't tell you to not share your emotions and not talk
No.
about it.
I don't think that's healthy. Like I
Yeah.
think that, but like it's like,
But
and
there
I'm not saying
are-
therapy's bad. I'm not because I think there is some of
I
that
think
that is
there's
good.
a
Yeah.
good. I think this generation that you are calling soft, or some of the good things.
Not
that
all
are-
of them, but some of them. Yeah.
But the good things that are coming out of it is they're way better at self-care and recognizing to be ahead of the game than we were. We were our
Yeah.
generation for the most part. We would just grit it out, gut it out until something
And I
happened.
think mental
then
health
we had
is a
to figure
big
it out.
is a big
Yeah.
problem, and I do,
I
and
think-
I don't discard
I
mental health
think
at all. I
this
think
generation upcoming takes way better care of their mental health ahead of our some of
that's right, Kevin. Yep, some of the examples we set. Yeah.
examples we
mean-
set for our kids.
Yeah,
And
because
they-
I
and
don't
some
think
of
you're
that
weak to
did-
go to I don't think you're weak to go to therapy. I don't think that's that mental.
I-
But I'm saying like some of it is, it's they work themselves. They say they work themselves. I see it and I'm like,
Yeah, that's just
it's-
different
it's-
standards.
it's a different standard. It's
Yeah.
been 40 hours. It's been balance. I
More
agree.
balance. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sue. Hi, Angie.
Hello, Andy. And I do. I think we need to be balanced in our life, but the hard things. It's true. The hard things would make
I
us
think it's right,
better.
and that's the thing. I think
Who's
that's
the
the
guy
thing.
we listed? The human. The what's his thing? The ultimate human.
Yeah.
We just saw.
I don't know
I think
his
it's called the ultimate human. But he worked with Dana White. He's like this biologist, but his philosophy though is like when you're stressed, you need to stress your body more. Like the problem is comfort is death. He feels like, I think he said this, that sedentary lifestyle is killing more people than cigarette smoking
Yeah, I agree with that.
at this time. Like we're
I think
sedentary.
that's provable for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like and I guess that's what I'm saying, where it's kind of like the and I don't think
But
we're getting
that's
off
the-
topic, but I think but the softness is the discomfort. They don't ever want to be discomfort. They're
Yeah.
so soft mentally that if you say
Discomfort is like seek comfort instead of persevere and get through it.
yes,
But there's so much more getting through it.
yes,
Yeah,
The
you have
growth
so
is the
much
getting
more
through it.
growth than getting through whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
failing chemistry 3 times.
oh, now why you got to bring that up?
Well,
That's kind of an open wound.
is it?
I'm a little sad still.
Are you
yeah.
still?
No,
No, I don't think you are. I don't
it
think
was
you are.
rough though.
I know, but I think that's a great example.
But guess
of
what?
just-
Though I hammered it out when they told me I couldn't do it. Though.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah.
I think something that's hard too is like, so right now I have, and this I don't know if it's off topic, but like I have Medicaid right now. I have insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And a problem like people my age are running into is like, okay, either I could work full time and get the insurance, which is like what they say $20,000 a year is what as you
No.
pay into it. If you have a salary, if they offer you insurance, that's what you can count it as, like
Okay.
a whatever.
But-
So like if you work 4 days a week, you're still going to be over income to qualify. But if you pick up that day, the amount it's going to cost you is like, it's just, but then you see, but like the younger people can see you're more aware of the world around you and you go,
Right.
well, we talked Dixie D'Amelio. We can see someone who's 18 years old, works by making dances on
Yeah.
TikTok, doesn't have to worry about finances, doesn't have to worry about if she can go to the doctor or not and get help. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a reason to give up. But like when my dad was younger, there was no other option than he started working construction when he was 12 years old with his dad.
Yep.
Now he has no knees. He almost had a heart attack. He would work himself like from like 10, 15-hour days, and then he'd be off of work for a week because he was sick and he couldn't get out of bed.
Right.
And he regrets it. And then he told me, hey, you need to go to college because that's how you'll have a career where you killed your body. But now I have a college degree, and
Right.
people that went to trade
So-
school are making way more
Way
money,
more money
than me.
than you. Yeah.
And I
Well,
can't get a job in my field.
Yeah.
So it's like and he thought that was the best life for me,
Yeah.
where like I could have went and been an electrician right now and be making.
Yeah.
But also now kids know you can follow your passions and hopefully make a career and be happy.
There is more opportunity now to make money in all kinds of different ways.
Well, yeah.
So I think that's
Back in my day, if you'd have told me that if somebody was making a stupid dance and was
Living
like
off of the
and
money?
living off that crazy and like not just a little but crazy amount of money, that's what I'm saying. Like that's I think is a big problem in our society because your father produced things, your father made things. The TikTok, what value? There's absolutely zero value in the dances I see that these guys have that they're making millions and millions of dollars on. Absolutely no value except for we're creating
entertainment value.
It's there's no, but for kids,
Entertainment value.
So there's entertainment value. Okay, so I'll give you that. But to make that kind of money, I'm saying it's a
What's
house of
up,
cards.
Pat?
What about
It's a
football
house. It's a
players?
house of
Oh,
cards.
I'm so glad we are on the same
Yeah,
page.
sports.
You're fine with NFL quarterback making $200 million a year for entertainment value, but you're not fine with a girl posting TikTok videos to make more than a full-time income. That is not okay.
Well, baseball players can make even
Entertainment value.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, I am
because you value sports more than
no, because there's
than
talent.
TikTok.
There's talent. That's talent. I'm not. And am I gonna say this girl's not talented? But I mean, like, really, the hip thing.
Don't do that. Kevin says he agrees with you. Okay.
What's up, Anthony?
I don't know.
So no,
I think it's entertainment
but
value.
I still think there's a bubble that's going to happen in the pros. There's a bubble that's going to happen in a lot of this stuff because I do agree with it. And like I said, am I jealous? Or hell yeah, I'm jealous. I could dance and I could do get myself millions and millions of dollars. I just don't understand like that, because I think people look at that, right, and these kids think, okay, I'm just going to do that.
But there's not. Well, yeah.
Because you know what? It's the same thing as a pro.
There are lots of people, but it's the same kind of concept. There's a lot of people playing football that want to get to that level. There's a super small
won't get
percentage
there.
of people that get the money.
Yeah, they're not going to be here.
So
I mean,
there's
yeah.
how many millions of people making TikTok videos every day? There's a very small percentage of people actually monetizing it.
So
on a
remind me
big
another
scale.
shine because our next shine is going to be to talk about Devin and her Speedo sister. Yeah, they're talking about Speedos with Lewis. But Devin's concept, that's not for this because I don't want to go in a rabbit hole. I get in trouble because I get in rabbit holes when I go different places. But the concept of why would I work an extra day and make less money, right?
Well, I think we could talk about that a little bit, not in the
My thing is this: go make as much freaking money as you can, and pay your insurance.
yeah.
And I'm on that boat too, but I can empathize and see that point of view of like just it never feels good to feel like you're being treated unfairly compared to other people, and like
That's what bothers me is the reward system is upside down.
No. Wait, why? What reward system?
Because to pick up another day, he'd lose his insurance. You know what I mean? Like to work more, to try and strive to do better, he loses some benefits.
Yeah. Like let's say you are on like government insurance, you start working,
That's
now
a
you're over
systemic-
income. Yeah, and then like that's like it's crazy too. My mom, so growing, and this was when my parents first started having kids. She was telling me she had a job that my dad did construction full time. She had to get a job just so we had insurance, and like her whole paycheck was gone after insurance and babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her whole purpose, which
Was
is like
insurance.
was insurance.
Yeah.
And like I'm super thankful she did that, but like me and I'm guilty of it too. I'll be like, why would? And like you said, like you don't understand it. I don't understand working 50 hours a week to still struggle. Like in my and I think you should work hard, and I want to work hard, and I try to do that every day.
Yeah. So and I think it's there is some of that. There is some of the struggle. There is some of the what's your value. Yeah, I mean, what risk are you willing to take? Because that's another thing is like risk reward. Like there's so going back to the mentality of for me, it was like I've been risky my whole life. I mean, look what I married. I'm kidding.
I'm your balance.
I'm making hate mail. You're my
I
balance. But what I'm saying is I think that risk reward of working for somebody working versus going in construction and working and having the skill set and right now and starting right now I think the best time ever is in anything you want to do. I do agree in passion. I do agree in that. But I also think the biggest issue people are being willing to take, it's like Rocky says, they got to be willing to take the hits. They got to be willing to get knocked down and go through it. But the problem is most of them are uncomfortable.
And it's all work. I mean, it
ain't
all
all
work.
fun.
Even the girl making TikTok videos, she's
it's not. Is she not talented? No, she's very talented.
And she doesn't just wake up and spend 3 minutes making a video and then the money just pours in. Like it's a job too.
It's a lot.
Like
seen
it's a
social
lot
media
of work.
People,
So it's not,
it's not. Yeah, and I agree with that. Yeah.
So it's no matter what path you take to make your money. It's how are you becoming more effective, more efficient? How are you providing more value to the marketplace, whatever that marketplace is, whether it's on the football field or on TikTok? It's the entertainment value. So the value
Yes.
is, and that's where things are different now because there's so many
But I
opportunities.
think the difference is I think a lot of people think mentally they think they don't want to put the time in to bring value. They want paid right away.
Yeah.
I mean, our son, Emmanuel, I remember he graduates from Tiffany University and he wants a job. And his first job, he wants, he thinks he should get $150,000 to $180,000. I'm like, doing what? You didn't. What have you
haven't
learned?
proved yourself on anything yet. And,
You know what I mean? And we
but he
talked
said,
about
I
that.
have a college degree. I deserve
that's
it.
what was shoved down my throat since I was in 5th grade. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's a whole nother
Yeah.
educational problem.
And
How
that's
do you
what's-
decide if you don't know?
Yeah,
How do you
well,
decide?
So my brother, he went to school at Cleveland State, was a civil engineer,
Yep.
and he was working at he was bartending at a bowling alley bar in downtown Cleveland. He was making a significant amount of money more there than his first job out of college.
Right.
He had to take a huge pay cut
To work in his
to
field.
work in his field, and
Yeah.
now it worked out. He worked hard. He moved companies. He's moved up. It
Yeah.
worked out for him. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people where that's not the reality of it, and that's
Right.
scary to
And there are many degrees in college where the potential isn't even there. So if you are, I mean, there's a lot of people making great money still serving,
Right.
and that's value added. They're adding value in
but
their
I think
own
what are
way.
you learning? And the same thing. Like, are you willing to bring that value? And I mean, this Don Bailey. I mean, when I talked to him, and he went and basically grinded and put in a lot of work and worked for a guy to learn how in the real estate business, and he took his trash out, did stuff for him. Yeah, I mean, to learn and learn and learn and not get paid for it.
Right. You got to be willing to.
You
put
gotta
your
be
time
willing
in.
to
No matter
bring-
what you're.
no matter what it
what
is. I don't.
industry
Yeah.
it
I mean,
is, yeah.
no. Can you get lucky? Are there unicorns? Are there people that I mean? I mean, I do think you go to Harvard Medical School, you go to Harvard Law School, you're coming out with a pretty good
Yeah.
job. I mean, it's different than a Tiffany University degree. I
Right.
mean, I don't care what they say. You got Tiffany University degree, you got Harvard.
But
It's
same
a
thing, it's a
different
small
business.
percentage.
Yeah, it's a different thing. But it's that getting back to our original topic of
Softness.
softness and that quitting, I mean, is something I think we got to get changed or we're going to be in trouble.
I think we're going to be in trouble, and then what will change? I think it's the opposite way.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Why can't why can't we change it?
Well, we can change it. I think.
You think we have to go through
I think it's the
back up to Derek's quote with
back
the
up to Derek's quote.
weak
Yeah.
men and women are gonna
Create hard times, and then the hard times will create strong men and women. Yeah, I think it's just the natural flow of things, and it doesn't have to be like terrible, awful, hard times, but it's gonna be different. It's gonna
Kinda
there
getting
has to
different
be
now. It's getting- yeah.
there has to be some sort of something to get through, something to persevere, something where you have to figure it out so that you can have the good times.
right.
So I don't.
Are people willing to go through that?
I think they're willing or not. It happens. Yeah. Yeah. You don't like most people don't will themselves into hard times. It just happens and you figure out how to get through them.
But I think they kind of look for hard times. Like
Did you ever hear the study or the experiment, I guess I would say, where they injected the big, I don't know the name, like the sequoia trees, like the hundreds of years old, big, ginormous trees. They injected them with adrenaline because they didn't want them to like lose their leaves and be less beautiful for whatever.
Okay.
So it was an experiment.
No.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So they were just on a production mode all the time.
Okay.
And so what do you think happened?
Well,
You don't know this.
I don't know this. No, but
Okay.
I would guess my assumption would be if you're taking something that has to like nature,
Yeah.
they probably killed it.
Yeah, they killed it.
Yeah, because it can't. I mean, it's not. It's even like us. Like we're not built to be adrenaline all the time.
Right. So there has to be a downtime. There has to be like the
Have
winter.
you seen the movie Crank? Yeah.
I have not seen the movie Crank.
You seen the movie Crank?
No.
Fail forward, Josh says.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great
Fail
book.
forward.
Awesome.
That's the way I think that it has to be. So
That's what we got to teach our kids
I
to fail
think-
forward. Like it's
right.
okay. Like too many people, and it's hard. Too many people And the soft people they think if they fail,
It's a failure.
it's a failure.
Or they are
Or
a
they are
failure.
or they are
Yeah.
a failure.
And that's not true.
And it hurts. Don't get me wrong, it sucks. I hate failing. I hate losing. Losing sucks.
I know that.
That's the thing. And that's the other thing. I like, it's funny, 2024, like we're saying, okay, what do we loathe? What do we want? Like, I want to surround myself with people I work with that hate the freaking lose. Like, I don't care if you want, like, you like to win. I don't care if you like to win. Like to win means nothing. I want the person that absolutely cannot stand to lose, because those people are the ones that will learn and be so freaking inspired, so ready to go and hit it every time because they get crashed through. They know they're going to fail, but they just hate it, right?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan hated to lose.
But he still took the ball and took the shot and
Yes.
missed.
Yes,
as
he
many
missed.
times
Yeah,
as he,
as
or
he
more
made.
times
Yeah.
than he made. Yeah.
But the guy hated to lose. You know, I mean, it's a different mentality. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's what I want.
I'm just wondering what you're gonna do with me in 2024. Because I don't have that in me. And I guess I do. I don't like to lose. I don't.
You do have that in you. You're
I
not,
have it in me.
You have
but
it
I
in
just
you.
at a different level. I guess maybe I just display it differently.
You're not
than
into, you're not into self-inflicted pain.
No. Mm-mm.
Like putting yourself into but you are. You've been working out stuff you don't like.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily enjoy that. That's causing you pain.
Right.
That's the whole thing. It's causing stress in our bodies. We
Right.
got to stress. Devin, you got to stress your body. You got to stress your mind. You got to stress your body. You got to get uncomfortable. You have to. That's what it is. The soft people don't want to do that, and that's where I think they're the ones that cause us all these freaking problems, because they're the ones that the people that are taking the ball, they're going to have to pay for it because they're the ones getting sick.
Well, that's the. Yeah. No, I guess I'm on board with you. Just maybe
You
not
are.
at your intensity.
No,
I don't
you
like
have
to
a little
lose.
softer heart than me, and you can say it a little softer than I can.
Yeah. But I do. I don't like even.
I
in our
wear it on my
business, like,
face when you
Yes,
start saying you're
yes.
sick and you can't go into work.
I don't like to lose. That's right. I don't like to
No,
lose.
you
I don't.
hate
In our
losing.
business, I like to lead from the front. I call it. So I like to be the top volume. I like to be the top producing. I like.
Right.
But I guess so. Is it like to win or
No,
hate to lose?
Hate to
lose.
everybody likes. I think everybody. I don't think anybody doesn't like to
winning,
win. I mean, who
Yeah.
doesn't like to win?
But hate losing.
Yeah, failure is just a stepping stone.
Yep.
Yeah, right, Ken. I'm
It
telling you.
is.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the mindset that's not prevalent right now. Just
no.
that-
We don't
that
have a. We don't
failure
have
is a stepping stone.
Yeah.
It's like failure is an identity is the problem, or failure
Yes.
is a problem.
It's a judgment.
Failing is a problem.
It's a judgment.
It's a judgment, and it's not.
I judge.
It's
I
a-
feel. And the other thing is, like, people like, I feel bad. You said something. You make me feel bad. No one can make you feel bad.
Yeah. I
You
agree
make
with
yourself feel bad. It's like, it's not intended to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. It's okay.
that. And what if it is intended to make you feel bad? Because sometimes that happens.
Then, but here's the thing. So if it has to be true to make you feel bad.
Okay.
Because if it's not true, why would you feel bad?
Okay.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
If somebody said,
If somebody said something mean to me,
yeah, like, I don't like your dark hair. I think your dark hair looks terrible. Your black hair looks terrible. What would you say?
I don't have black hair.
So would you be upset about it?
No. I just think you're crazy.
You
Okay,
see?
I see.
So if it's not true,
That's
you
not
would.
true.
That's a stretch, but that's the thing. Sometimes it's more a stretch because if you do get a little upset because they said something mean, you must have felt that at some time about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm following a little bit.
You should be following a lot. That was
Well,
so
can
clear.
you have another example?
Well,
What if it is? What if it's my blonde hair? What if you don't like my blonde hair? That's your opinion.
do you like your blonde hair?
I really don't care.
Okay, then why did it upset you then?
Okay. All right.
It's just. I mean, I think it's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like if you say you're ugly, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody tells you that you're not attractive and you're ugly. Okay. And now if you never felt
Oh, I
that
guess
way,
that-
if you were confident, like I'm hot and I'm a 10 and you rate yourself like that would never bother you. But if you like had moments of feeling that way,
Yeah.
you can make yourself feel
guess
bad. It's not the words, it's your feeling about
Your
yourself.
feeling, my feeling about myself. And I guess the other thing is like something I like to live by, which is not always easy, but like your opinion doesn't matter to me. Like anybody else's opinion, for the most part, it doesn't matter.
You're
to
going
me.
with the Deion Sanders. What makes you think that your opinion matters? Or whatever.
Actually, that's Wayne Dyer.
Is it?
It's Wayne Dyer.
I don't think Deion Sanders stole it from Wayne Dyer.
I think he did.
I think he just
Deion
had to-
Sanders was in Wayne Dyer seminars.
I don't think so. That'd be funny if he was. I think it was just could be a
No,
happenstance.
but your
Yeah.
opinion, like,
And like I said, I
doesn't
think
matter.
people's opinion and it like
none of my
and it's-
business. So Wayne Dyer would say,
it's-
your opinion is none of my business.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, and I get it. We're human. It's hard. Like you seek people's approval, and we understand that. But I think the mentally, when I say mental toughness, I don't know if that's like the people that don't like I like it. The people that don't like lose. It wouldn't bother them. Yeah, I mean, it may bother them for a minute, but it wouldn't bother them for a long time.
Yeah.
And they'd finally get over it and say, "What am I letting that person?" And I've done it. I mean, I still have it. You know, you think
Right.
somebody else does something like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, but that's my insecurity, me, and I recognize that that's coming from me. That
Not
person
from them.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's what I think
Right.
is the difference where we have to get that across to the soft people. Is can I call them soft?
You can call whatever
I
you
probably
want.
could. That's a judgment, but it is. But is getting the thing that somebody doesn't have dominion over you, okay? And it's
Right.
not somebody made you feel bad. You know what I mean? You're making yourself feel bad. It's not up
Right.
to them because, you know, and I think that like you know, the word triggered, you triggered me. Like, what the hell you mean I
Think
triggered
I
you?
was triggered.
I was.
That's
what
the,
is- yeah.
that's
like-
it's a thing. It's an actual real physiological thing, but it doesn't.
It's a what?
It's a physiological response.
Being triggered?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think like someone with
What did
PTSD
triggered come up with? When would that happen? The triggered thing.
He's gonna
Well,
tell
I
you
mean,
an
do you
example
think
right
like
now.
somebody who like was in? I'm not comparing, but if someone was in war, or even in the there's people in the military who never even experienced war still have
Yeah.
PTSD, and like if someone's been assaulted or someone's been like,
Yeah.
there's just associative things that I think
Right.
stress people out. Which the answer to that is therapy and maybe medication and instead of like if you went up to someone like that and I think there's a very like hyper masculine culture now that's like, well, if you're sad, go to the gym. Oh, if you're fat, go to the gym. Where like these people don't need that. They need like,
need
hey, like care about you,
processing
like
their-
love who
yeah.
you are. Maybe like try therapy. Maybe there's some medication
But-
you could try.
Right. So I get that. Okay. So here's my thing on that. I 100% get that. Are there people that have not had that have been to war, that's done it and overcame it
Yeah. Of course.
without medication? Okay. So my thing is, so it can happen. So you can change. So it's something that eventually becomes. And I agree. And
But
that's an
can be-
extreme thing.
But it's anything. It's like it goes back to. I mean, I think triggered is a word that's used oftentimes to trigger some negative emotion or trigger a memory of a negative thing that happened. But the actual like triggering happens all the time. If you hear a song that you played,
Yeah. It's emotional. Yeah.
it's emotional, or you
So I
you
guess
smell
okay.
your grandmother's
So I guess
cookies.
okay. So
Like,
I guess
it's
what
the-
I'm saying is
it's the
more
physiological
yeah.
response
Okay. I
to
get that. Okay.
that's what it
So I
is.
guess what my point is, the triggering is an excuse to give up, an excuse to.
It can be used that
Yes,
way. But
that's
the
I guess
actual
that's my
physiological
okay.
response
So I'll take that.
is
I'll take that.
there,
I am
but it also doesn't get enough credit for positive things. It's
No.
always used in a negative way.
Yeah,
and
but I
it's
guess
not always
that's what I'm
negative.
trying to say is I'll say that okay, but I guess my thing is how do we help people not use? Well, I'm triggered, so I shut down. I'm triggered, I can't work today. I'm triggered,
I think
can't.
it's processing emotions.
Yeah.
And not letting it affect you, and not using is that we've had the conversation? Is that you're out?
Yeah.
Is
Don't
that
it-
your
yeah.
excuse to say I'm not going to deal with this, or I don't want to face it, or I don't want to handle it, as opposed to just like, all right, I got some work to do.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
that
think
still
that's
is
a good thing,
bothering
yeah.
me. I mean that.
So go to
whenever
work on it,
somebody
yes,
says
yeah.
something, that means I need to face it. I
Yeah.
need to look at it. I need to do some work
Yeah.
with a therapist or
Right.
a friend or a something. Yeah, I need to figure out how to not allow it to affect me at whatever level I think is a problem.
And it's
Yeah.
not a judgment. It's. I think it's. That's the thing. Like if you out and you leave, and not face that,
Yeah.
right? And you're not trying
like
to work on
escaping.
it. I guess that's my thing. Is
Well, that's a whole nother topic.
are you working and going towards it? You know what I mean? Are you going at it? You know what I mean? Just I was taught like to face it on, to go at it, to just
But you were taught that. You were modeled that. You were taught that. You were sometimes forced to do that.
well,
You
and
know,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But not everyone's taught that.
So we
not
need-
everyone's taught to.
Come live with me, Devin. We'll
Face
teach you
it.
some of that. I'll get you up. I'll do what my dad did to me. I should have done that to my kids, and I didn't because I hated it so much. So.
Yeah.
Like I used to cut wood in them. Oh God, stuff we
See,
used to do. That's triggered me.
See,
It ain't triggered me. I think I look back. I mean, it made who I am, but I don't know if I could do it to my kids because authentically, it's not what I want to do.
right.
Like I told myself I'd never cut my grass again because I had to do it all by hand. I mean, I just love her, Jose. Everybody loves you. How about me? I'm triggered now. I'm done.
Oh God.
And I think that's another problem we're running into is like what we're being fed on the internet. I don't think is reality.
Right.
Like
No.
when we hear things
Yeah.
like people are being canceled, like people really aren't being canceled. People are just upset with these people.
Right.
This whole triggered thing, I think, became this big deal when like the percentage of people that are really like struggling with that, where like maybe it is unhealthy. I don't think it's a percentage of people that like it should bug me as a person.
Right.
Right.
And like I think
Yeah.
and that's where it is like if people being this way bugs me so much, maybe I'm internally like, why does it bug me so much? And maybe that's like something that's going on in you where you like wish you didn't have to live. I don't know what it would be,
Maybe
but
you need to unpack that a little bit, so Nick. I love having Devin here.
Wait.
This is awesome.
How did this get turned on to me?
no, I just
You just turned
I
it
live
back
in
on
it.
me.
I live in it. Like this
Yeah.
is my friends. I mean, there's a guy who started working with me where he was on disability for mental health, and he cried his first day of work,
Yeah.
Right.
and it just blew my mind. I couldn't understand it, but it's like.
But that was
Again-
a real thing.
But then
for
again,
him.
it's like, who am I? I don't experience what he's experiencing, and maybe that's so
Well, my thing
real.
is this,
help him
I
get
don't think.
through
Yeah,
that,
I don't think
because
it's
that's
it's not a
that's
judgment on that. I mean,
struggle.
yeah, it's not. I think it's more of like he's coming to work. The guy showed up. Guess what?
Yeah.
He's struggling. Like
in spite of the fact that he
don't
cried
want to
at
lose.
work.
That guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I guess that's who I want to work with. I want to work with that guy. They go, you know what? I'm crying, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Right.
I have no
yeah.
problem with crying. I have no problem with emotion. I have no problem with that. Like, I mean, sometimes I cry. Sometimes, not really, but every once in a while.
Once in a great
Well,
while. Once in a great while.
And Creed, coming down. with tears.
But what's so funny, I didn't see my dad cry until my dog died, like not that long ago. That was the first time I've ever seen an adult, somebody I respected, a guy,
Cry.
show emotion.
Wow.
Because growing up, he told me don't cry because
Yeah,
people
I
will
mean-
think you're weak. And now that's not healthy.
that's
And,
No,
not
that's not
healthy.
healthy. I think
Right.
you be
That's
who you
not
want to be.
healthy.
Like, yeah, I don't. Think,
that's how he was raised.
Right.
And
I was gonna just say
yeah.
that probably came from the way he was raised
Yep.
and the generations before him,
my
where
dad
that
didn't.
was.
Yeah, my dad didn't cry. I mean, I remember. Yeah, not very often. I mean.
Yeah.
He always told me he loved me. I mean, I was lucky at that. Like, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the biggest thing is like, are you willing to step into that? Are you willing to step towards that discomfort? Are you willing? That's what
Yeah.
I think we have to get people.
and celebrate the stepping into it
Yeah.
instead of escaping from it.
Yes. Like, because if you hide from it, that's I think causes more mental problems, more
Yeah.
mental things. Is they're not going at it. Even the PTSD, they're gonna have to handle that. I mean, and that may always trigger them because I
With
agree that
professional help, probably.
there's an emotion. Right. There's a sound, a thing that's emotional. You cannot. It's an anchor. Those are
You're-
hard to get rid of. So
yeah.
a loud
Yeah.
noise, they may be. I mean,
Right.
they went through some traumatic things, and people gone through traumatic. That's all, and I think that's some. I'm speaking of the general population that haven't went through nothing. Yeah, I mean, the only thing they've gone through is, they didn't get the peanut butter and jelly sandwich they wanted that their mom made. It made something different and they're mad or something like that. They didn't get. That's what I'm talking about. The softies like that.
Softies.
Yeah.
Your
Come
dad
on.
definitely thought you were soft, for sure. Every generation, like it's so
That is
funny.
so good.
And you know
That
the-
is so
I'm
good
sure that
because
when I
that
had
is
kids-
so true.
We're
That
getting
is-
understand.
Yeah,
it.
it ain't even on the tape. He's not even
I
on the
love
film
it.
here. We're
I
getting,
love having Devin here. This is the best. Yeah, every generation.
Yeah.
there ain't no
looks at
there ain't no
their
way. My dad
younger
thought I was. My dad
generation.
thought I was
Guess what
tough.
that
He
means?
probably did.
You're getting
Old.
old.
No, I think it's because
This is
I'm
good.
somebody who like my views have completely changed from when I grew up and when I went to college,
Mm-hmm.
and not in any ways, but like I've just become more empathetic. I
Yeah.
think because I grew up with like my dad was like, don't cry, like don't show you're
Yeah.
emotional, like it was. But I'm not that person. I'm
Yeah.
a very emotional person.
That's
like,
good. Yeah.
But
if that's you, that's who you should be.
and I understand both ends because you're also
Yeah.
never going to get anywhere in life if you just don't do it, don't try, don't.
Yeah, you got to push for what you want, and you.
Yeah.
The thing I love is, like, even just the little I know about your story. You had this dream to maybe leave your hometown and go away. You're like, I wanted to live in the city. I was dying to live in the city. Life is going to be different. And you move there and you're like, this is not what I thought.
Yeah.
And
Right.
but also being open to like, okay, so I just learned something great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you came back
yeah.
instead of being like, oh man, I failed because I always wanted to live in the city and I couldn't handle it. No, you're like, I don't like it there. I don't want to be there. I
Yeah.
like being where I'm at. Like it was an experiment. And we talked a couple times ago, I think, where you were like, I learned a great lesson. I learned I don't ever have to do that again. I don't
Yeah.
ever want to live in the city. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to dream about it. I don't like it there. I'll go visit. So that's just, everything's an experiment. Everything's a learning. Everything's a lesson.
So we get anywhere from here?
I don't know if we got anywhere. Do
I
you
think
think
so.
so?
You didn't change my opinion.
I'm not up to changing your opinion. That's okay.
You guys were ganging up on me.
No, I don't even think I think we agree on most things.
I do think.
I think it's just there's the words that we're using and
Yeah.
Some of the words, I agree. Some of my words are not the best. So I identified that I don't, the vulnerable. I agree with that. That was not the right thing. It's just, can I be around people that don't want to lose? That's what I want.
and
Is there anything wrong with
yeah,
that?
I don't think so. No.
No. I mean, and not that I don't love the other people. I'm going to be mean. That's fine. I just, quality of time that I want to spend.
They might not be around you either.
That's
What I do to them.
I think that's a good because
What I do to them.
You didn't do anything to them, but if you don't have similar philosophies,
See, you know why you don't know that? That's from Rocky. You should know that.
Oh, that's
two.
from
That's from
Rocky?
Rocky
Sorry.
3. When remember Apollo goes in, he says, I don't like these people, and Rocky goes, he goes, maybe they don't like you, and he goes, what I do to them?
I missed it. Darn it! I missed the Rocky
So
analogy.
that's all. Yeah, so I agree. No,
So yeah, no,
I
they
know,
probably don't wanna be around you
and I
either.
don't think so. But I think the same thing. Like you're around like-minded people. Yes, yeah, I'd agree. There are
Like-minded people.
I mean, I agree. So
I agree.
Any
He
final
said
thoughts?
it. He said it, and it's being recorded.
we all
good
think
day.
don't quit. Just don't quit.
Don't
Keep
quit.
going.
And I agree. And I think that's something too. And I think somebody can move into that. I just saying I think there could be maybe empathy was a good one too. Like I do have to to learn empathy more and to give people a story because that's even when I started with the Kyle McCord, I don't know those stories. I don't
Right.
know the situation. I'm not there, so it's not a judgment on that. I just picking what I'm seeing a lot of different. There's a lot of scenarios where people are like, "Hey, you're not gonna play, you quit. You're not gonna, you're not gonna."
But that's
compete.
happening at every level.
Yeah,
That's
and
happening at the
work and
junior high
everything, yeah.
level, at the high
Everywhere,
school
yeah.
level, at the collegiate level, at
So.
I mean,
So I guess the bottom line is this: is be around the people you want to be around.
there you go.
You know what I mean?
That's great.
Love everybody.
Yeah.
I do love everybody. I don't have a problem with people. Like, I just would choose not to have somebody tell me like how
But you love to debate. So if somebody had a different perspective,
I would debate it anyways. I'd probably go on the
know.
other side.
well, no, but I'm saying like you love to debate. So if somebody had a totally opposite opinion, you would.
Yeah, I would.
inter-
Yeah.
Like you love to debate.
But I don't. But I guess my thing
Sometimes
is
that's our
yeah.
problem because if you get too fired up about debating, then
You quit. I know.
I quit. That's when I
No,
quit.
I do with my dad. We'll start arguing like, because I know it's going
It's so
nowhere.
much. It's so much
I'm like,
no
I just
fun.
don't.
Like
But he
my-
doesn't care to. He doesn't really care to win debates. He just wants. He likes the
My
debate.
brother Johnny is the best because
I
we
know,
can go.
that's
We
a-
can go for 5 hours and then quit and then go back another time and still argue.
Still argue, and I'm
there's-
like, I'm out.
And then
I'm
we
not
there's
about
the times we switch in the middle of the conversation that we're arguing the other side that
this. just to keep the debate going. Yeah, just to keep it going.
I remember we first were dating a couple times. You remember we were arguing. You're like, "Oh my god, you guys fight so much!" Like we weren't fighting. Where's the discussion? She's like-
Loudly, they're
Yeah.
Italian. Loudly
it's
discussing.
like the Italian fight. The Italian debate is who can yell the loudest.
And I got out quick
She's
because I was like, I do not want to be here for this.
But all right. So great discussion.
It was good
Thank
discussion.
you guys. Yeah, it was very
That
good.
was good. I liked it.
It wasn't divided. It was good. So as always, any
Awesome.
closing remarks?
No,
No. Devin.
it's
No?
all about perspective. I
Okay.
think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love each other. So remember, the
Yes.
world needs your light to
Love
shine.
each other, Nick. You need your light to shine. No,
We
we
need-
need your light to shine. Sorry,
And
and
you
you
definitely-
definitely need your light to shine.
Have an amazing day. See you next week.